Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm Daisha. If you're new here, then welcome to my little cozy space. So I like to show the behind the scenes of my small business. I show creator content, how I market my business online, and also take you behind the scenes on product making and packing orders. So if this interests you, then come along. Today I'm not going to do too much talking because I'm very excited. So I'm trying to get out a winter collection and I kind of want to out now to give it time. So I did my fall collection. It didn't go as well as I hoped. I am not at a place where when I put stuff out, like it just sells. Most of the things that sell of mine are like my evergreen things that I've had since the beginning of my business. However, I'm not gonna let that deter me. Actually, also that's kind of a lot. My summer things did decent. Fall, like there was like interest, but not a lot of buying. So I'm hoping to change that for Christmas. So some things I'm going to do a little bit different. If you've seen my fall collection, I made, hold on, I'll show you. Me literally saying I wasn't going to yap and me yapping. So I made two different collections, a spooky collection and then like a soft girl collection. So they come in different colors. So we had the blue, one of those was upside down, I'm sorry. Like a chocolatey kind of brown. And some of these might have sold. So I don't see any more of those. But there were pink. Oh, there they are. Pink in the soft girl. And then an orange in the soft girl. And there were like 4 different colors, 7 different designs. So I made pretty much 28 bookmarks. And that's just one collection. And then for spooky, I don't think I mentioned this. I drew all of the elements on my iPad and then assembled them in Canva. So the spooky one had a taupe. It also had a pink. If you did not know, I'm a pink girly. It's my favorite. So the pink, gray. So these also came with like 7 or 8 quotes, 4 different colors. So I pretty much made two different collections, all these bookmarks, and then each design also got a sticker in both collections. And then I also ended up making magnets, but it was the same design as the sticker. So what I'm getting at is I don't think I should do that much for something that's not turning over well, if that makes sense. So for the winter collection, I'm going to do a lot less, but I'm still kind of brainstorming. So I'm going to take you along. I'm going to try to like film this whole process of me like brainstorming, kind of doing brain dumps. I was like, let me do that because anyways, kind of doing brain dumps, figuring out what I want to create, the creating process, basically start from the finish, take you through design all the way to publishing online. So I don't know how long this video is going to take me. Hopefully a week. We will see, and you're going to come along with me. Okay, to start us off, let's open the iPad. Hello, jump scare. So I did open back up my fall collection because I do think there are some elements that I will be able to translate over. So I'm going to start by getting rid of the things that I know I won't be using, like the ghosties are cute, but I don't need the ghosties. I don't really think these flowers would translate either. But I have like here my book stack. That's good. I don't need a hat, at least not that hat, because I don't have a ghost to wear it. I'm going to leave all the books. I don't need pumpkins. I'm going to keep the candle because I'm going to change the color of the candle. Try to keep the sweater. So let's start with something easy. I'm going to turn on the layer for the cup. And we're going to make the cup bigger. Because literally all I'm going to do... Please let this be charged. Okay. Let's say there's a good chance. I don't know what brown I used. Not that. So I'm going to try to take away the pumpkin and I'm going to change it to a, what's it called? a candy cane or something. I literally have not touched my iPad since I made this collection. I already forgot what to do. All right, we'll figure it out. Okay, a little update for the night. So I did a blue bow and a pink bow because I am doing more of like a pastel, kind of like wintry vibe. I have not changed this one yet. But you know what? This one's actually pretty close. So let's, first of all, this is entirely too small. First of all, let's maybe take this one because I think, let's say these colors, it's very close to what I need it to be. Yeah, I like that. Okay. Did I like cut this off? What happened? Okay. I think I accidentally cut off part of this bow. So we're gonna back this up to whenever. Oh, okay. Something about what I did when I made it big, it cut off the bottom of the bow. You have to be kind of careful in Procreate. It's really good for drawing, but sometimes you'll accidentally do something. Luckily, I noticed that. Worst thing that would have happened, I just would have had to redraw it. But, okay. So now that's finished. I haven't messed with the books yet. What about that later? So I have this candle. Then I did this candle. And then I think I drew most of the sweaters on screen. I did a Merry and Bright with the green on green. I might even change. Let's just see what, I don't know if I can get. Oh, that's not what I'm trying to do. Do I like the white better than the green? I actually might. I'm trying to get that little dot is not gonna. Oh, whoa. That was kind of funny. Okay, I think I like the white better. So there's that one. the sweater weather, and then a blue sweater weather. And I might change the words. The one thing I'm debating, I feel like the candy cane, like I drew this just to be on here. I kind of don't love this now that I did the other stuff. So I think I'm actually, what I'm thinking of doing instead, what if I did, let me pick up that dark pink. Where's my square? What if I did like thicker than that? Okay, make it a little bit smaller that way. And then it's actually a little bit too big. And we're gonna grab that. Well, grab that and move it over. Yep. And then do so this is what I just realized I've been talking the whole time. I forgot I was recording. So this is kind of what I'm picturing, and then I'll do like a pile of like whipped cream on the top instead of like the faux like Starbucks kind of cup. So anyway, and then I'll probably just do different colors. So this is tomorrow's project. So check back in with you later. Okay, I set the phone up and just recorded a little bit of me working, but I'm done for today. So I had to redraw the book. I literally just traced over the old book I had because the paint fill was being weird. So I just made 5 of the books in the main colors, and then I left one blank just in case I want to add the fill. I did color in these books, which in hindsight, I should have left one of those blank too. I wasn't thinking. Because sometimes, let me see if it'll do it. Sometimes if you drag and drop a color, oops. Oh. If you've never played with Procreate before, it can be very finicky. I had that ornament layer on. So when I dragged the color, it put it on the wrong thing. Anyways, it didn't do it that time, but sometimes it leaves the outline around from the old color. So that's what was happening. So I got the books filled in. I did an ornament in each of the main colors. These look very similar. I wonder if I have another blue. I think that's the blue I used though. Yeah, those just look very similar, but they're not. I did these bows yesterday. So the different candles. Oh, I did this today. I added the whipped cream. Yesterday I did the cup. So I made the blue and the pink. And then I have different sweaters, some merry and bright. And then sweater weather. This one also says sweater weather, but I might end up fixing it to something different. So tomorrow I want to do some like snowflakes, kind of some wintry themes, and then I might start assembling stickers. So I will catch you then. I'm super tired. Bye. You can see my reflection. Bye. Okay. So I'm still working in Procreate. It's the next morning. Good morning. Don't be rude. It's Saturday. I'm going to try to adjust you without like making you... I'm going to make you bigger. There we go. So, a little pro tip, especially if you're not... Like if you're an artist and you're great at stuff like this, then don't worry about this. However, notice this is it's pretty uniform. I think this line might be actually shorter than that line. Oh, I forgot I'm on the eraser. First of all, if you hold, oh geez, not if you do that. If you make a line and hold it on Procreate, it'll fix it for you. No, that's too long. Second, I did not draw each of these individually. I drew one of them and then copied and pasted it just so I need to focus. There we go. Okay, it's a little wonky because it didn't line up perfectly. So that's what the eraser's for. Okay, other problem, I'm working with several layers here, so I could copy and paste that. So I'll have to fix that. I'll clean it up in a minute. Okay. So basically, when I made this one first, and I came up to the selection tool. I'll just do it again. I came up to the selection tool, right? Went around it, hit copy paste. So then it made it into another layer. Why does this layer look blank? Anyways, it made it into another layer. So then I can be able to move it. Perfect. So then I'm just going to rotate it. Some of them don't line up perfectly, but that's where my trusty dusty eraser will come in effect in a minute. So that way I didn't have to draw it like all those different times. I just had to do it once. Okay. So that looks pretty good. That looks pretty good. I am going to open that, and you see how all these different layers are apart. So like I have the main base, which was, this is the original I did. So like I can toggle all these off and it's going to take them away. I don't want that. So I'm done messing with this and I'm going to combine them. Well, hopefully, there we go. And it'll make it one layer with the whole snowflakes together. But the best part about working in layers in Procreate is if you mess up one, if I just messed up one section, I could take it away. Now it will allow me, oh no. Now it will allow me to go back and erase what I need. Because earlier I was trying to erase a layer that I wasn't actually on. So like here, you can see that it's like, there we go. And that's just where I like copied and pasted and like put it on top of the other one. It just didn't line up perfectly, but we can fix that. Cute. I've taken all of, I downloaded all of the PNG files that I just made in Procreate. So here are all of them that I just drew. And I'm gonna upload this. And now this is the fun part of like getting to assemble and adding stuff to it to make a sticker. So the Canva board size that I have is 10 inches by 10 inches. That way I can play around with the size. And this is usually when I kind of mix and match. So like, I'm gonna need this Naughty and Nice sticker. That only happened because I'm using my pen. And I might pair it with like the brown bow somewhere. And maybe it's a light green hot chocolate. And I just kind of play around with them until I like what I have. This one, since there's text on the sweater, I probably won't make like a I probably won't make like a quote or anything to go with it. But I'll just play around with the sticker. So I'll show you what I have. I'm messing around. First, the easiest way that I found to make stickers is these are all of my individual elements. Stacked them how I wanted them. These are all the individuals. Download them in Canva to the computer and then re-upload them so it's like one image all together. So instead of it just being two different things here, it's one now. So now this is all one. And then you need an outline around it so that way it will all cut. So this looks good, but I don't, like I'm losing the elements that are kind of similar to that color. So I might honestly do a test. I'm gonna duplicate this and then try it in a different color because I just feel like it's not gonna look right. So I have some hex codes here to try out that are from, ooh, I kind of like that green. You're gonna lose the candle green, but I like that. I'm gonna copy this just in case I can go back so I don't have to retype it. I'm gonna try one more. I can't see, the phone's in the way. 2B 361D. So in the darker green, you kind of, yeah, I like the lighter green better. Okay. And then sometimes it looks like it, actually it might have really reverted back. No, sometimes it looks like it reverted back to the original, but it didn't. Okay, so I have all of those with an outline. And the reason you need the outline is when I send it to the cutting machine, if there's not an outline, it might, like it's gonna try to cut the D out and the E out. You want it to be one, like one cohesive image. I don't know what color to use for this one. So I think I'm gonna have to turn that all the way up. Let's try that green again. No. I'm gonna try the other problem is I wrote down these hex codes because for some reason when you try to do that outline, it's not gonna keep the colors you had, which is dumb, but okay, I like that. So I'm gonna continue to work through these and then I will do a test cut to see how they look. Hopefully everything turns out good so I don't have to redo anything, because that definitely gets old. Since the snowflakes are like a lighter color, I think I need to try darker. Don't love them. Let's try I'll tell you one part that looks weird. I think something about this getting the outline and this part being on the book is weird. I think that's what I don't like. So that's an issue with the original. I wonder if that fixes it. Download just the current. Also, you're gonna need to download with a transparent background. I didn't say that. So you would have to have Canva Pro to do that, but highly recommend if you're not
I hate when it does that. If this is something that you're serious about and you really want to be able to create and make things like this, Canva Pro or a similar software. Like I can't vouch for anything else, but I love Canva Pro. So we're gonna try that again. So now, honestly, whatever that, kind of like the black, but the black doesn't match anything else I've already done. No, still don't like that. Even though it's kind of similar on the outside, I like that one. Let's try the dark green just to see. This process is honestly just a lot of trial and error. I kind of like that. What happens if I make it a little bit? Okay, we'll do it. I'm gonna do it like an A/B test. I did not mean to do that. I meant to do this. And test it with that background. And then I'll also do the I'm gonna have that hex code memorized before this is over with. Okay. And then I think I just have one more sticker. It's this one. I think she's so cute. Just got all of these fit on one page. I'm still in Silhouette Studio. I'm about to hit print from here, and I'm gonna print on my glossy paper, see how they come out, and go ahead and cut them. I was about to hit print, and then I just realized there's not actually paper in the printer. Hold on. Right now there's sticker paper in the printer and print. Not the right printer, Epson. And my settings are already ready. All right, I peeled the outside layer up off, like recording in short form because I need content, but look how cute these turned out. Love. The only one that I noticed that's significantly messed up to me, the font on these, I can't tell which layer I'm pulling up. The font on these is too small. So I already went back in and made it bigger. And then I made the green, I think, a tad bit darker. So I think it'll show up a little bit better. Just because I liked it better than this one. And that's why I said sometimes you just need to print it to see. But like these two, and y'all can let me know which one you like. Actually, now I'm looking at it, I kind of like this one more. So sometimes when you print it, you just have to mess around with it to see. So I'm going to keep working.
Okay, I designed the bookmarks off camera, but I'm going to show you kind of what I did because this might be something that interests you. Let me find, where was I? Jeez, I have everything open. So literally all I did on the sticker design, it was 10 by 10, right? All I did was hit resize and change it to 2.5 by 8, which gives me this long thing. And then I just literally took the elements from the sticker and just rearranged them to make it fit because it did not originally fit. So now these are PNGs I downloaded to the computer. Now I'm re-uploading in this like format that I already have. So these squares I think are I can probably see it. It's like 3
I don't know, it's like 2.5 by 7, something like that, like the bookmark size. And now, since I have the PNG downloaded, like as a photo, I can literally just drag and drop this into the frame that I have already set. So I don't have to like always go back and redo that. So I have that one. I made the Dear Santa, these books aren't mine. I'm all booked up. And I did just like a regular kind of design. So that's the front. This one's going to be the back. Now, the way that my printer works, and it could be all printers, I just know how mine works. If I put this upside down, that's how it's going to print correctly. If not, when I go print it, it's going to print the wrong size, wrong way. You might have to play with this because this might not work for you. I just know what my printer does. This design didn't matter if I flipped it. Oops. So like that one would have been upside down if I didn't fix it. And then after I get done with this, I'm going to, this is like a test, right? So I'm only going to print one page, see how it comes out, what I need to adjust, what everything looks like. I know that I need to add a border. I like to put a black border. Whoa, what happened? I like to put a black border around so that way I know where I'm cutting. So like all of my design isn't within the black border and I know that I'm safe to cut there. So when I download, I'm going to download the PDF prints. Yes, both pages. And I'm going to use CMYK, which is best for professional printing. Downloading this does take a minute. However, it is the best quality.
All right. It has been a morning. I had a game night that went really late last night, so I'm in here much later than usual. And then I tried to print these bookmarks. I don't even know if you're going to be able to tell. So this is on cardstock. Design is cute, very dull. This is photo paper. I guess I should keep it up here. A lot better. However, on photo paper, I can't print on the back. So I was like, how can I make this one look more like this one? And I was like searching, and basically, I think I was using like the wrong print settings. Like I had it set up like best quality and everything, but there are print settings you can change for the printer, but it wouldn't let me change them on the computer, which is when I realized apparently I've been using, what was it called? Epson Air instead of using like the Epson driver. So then I had to figure out how to switch from that. Anyways, long story short, it's hopefully now printing correctly because that took a long time. And if it's not and if it's not printing correctly, I'm probably going to be upset. So fingers crossed on that. But like I said, it is the next day and it's taken me so long to get this right. So, and then honestly, if the print settings are right, all the other stuff I did made no sense because I started with a green, very dull. Like I like the idea of the green, didn't look good. Same with the red, didn't like it. I then printed two different like creamy like tan colors, and to me these two didn't look great, but I liked these. It's just been a work in progress. So stickers came out easy. Bookmarks has been harder, which is, I feel like it's usually the opposite. So we will see how those come out and adjust from there. And then I'm also working on the other collection. Like I want to be able to relax this weekend too. So if I can just get the collection done, I will still call it a successful weekend. Or let me not say that. It's gonna be a successful weekend anyways. A productive weekend. Because then all I'll have to do is do pictures. Also, I don't know if I mentioned this. I ordered ornaments. Those ornaments were supposed to be here 2 days ago. I got a message saying, oh, by the way, these haven't even shipped. Real convenient. So I need to figure out, what I'm going to do because I really need to get my Christmas collection out. So stay tuned. Stay tuned to see what we do with that.
Okay, a little update. I logged in and got the other set of stickers completed. So now I'm about to export those to Silhouette Studio to make sure they look okay, and then print those, and then I'm going to change these into bookmarks as long as those look okay. So let's hope and cross our fingers. Okay, so tired today. I am done. I just finished some marketing, but here's one set. I figured out the printing issues, and this is like 2 or 3 sets of stickers, honestly. And then this one I'm obsessed with. This one's backwards. Like, these came out so good. Oh, I forgot to round the corners. Okay, I gotta do that. So look how cute that is. And the stickers came out right the first time. So happy. So it's super overcast today. I'm gonna do product photos another day because today would not be good, but I'm gonna go relax.
It's definitely a couple days later. I am pretty much done with all the design process. If I see any issues, then I'll go back and tweak, but I'm ready to do photos. Now, with me working a 9 to 5, I'm not here all day when the light is like glorious, and now the sun is setting. So I'm having to make some artificial light, which I don't love. However, I have kind of come up with a setup that'll work. So these are light panels. I don't want to shine them directly on the product. It's going to make it look shadowy, not gray. But with my white ceilings, it's kind of lighter in here. Shining the light off and it kind of bounces back and makes it decent. So that's what we're doing. Especially for the pinky winter collection, I'm going to use the pink blanket. I have the iPad there for me to watch YouTube in a minute as I'm working. Also, I take all my product photos on my iPhone. So in a second, like when I actually take the pictures, you will not be involved because I need the phone. But I have the annotation kits, bookmarks, and stickers. Oh, I also have this tray. It was actually like a natural, just wood tray, and I put some contact paper in. So we're just using what we have. I think the light went, making sure they're all the way up because I've lost more light even since I just started. Do stickers, sticker photos, make sure I have each design in here. I think there's 6 designs. Okay, let's get started.
Okay, this is real world stuff. I'm not even miking up for this. I forgot to take a product photo yesterday. I don't have one with everything on the tray. I have one with all the bookmarks and the stickers. I don't have one with the annotation kits. But luckily these lights are so bomb that when I turn them on, it fixes the problems. I'm gonna go get the pink blanket really quick and take those photos because I really want this up on this print.
All right, we're coming up on the end of this video because the collection did go live yesterday. I'm super proud of how it looks. Something I thought about though, I want to touch on, if you watch any other like studio vlogs of like people launching products, you might have seen like people like selling a lot of products really fast, selling out really fast. That is not my journey, and that's not a lot of first time sellers like getting started. It's not like this big sellout kind of thing. Like that takes time, you know, sometimes the virality, like if something goes viral for their product. Um, so yeah, I've never been like a sellout kind of like sell really fast. Now my first launch, because I only had with my annotated books, I only had one of each book. Like I have books that sell out, but it's only because I only had one in stock. So I thought I'd just mention that. But I'm gonna pop up on the screen just some of the marketing things that I did to kind of advertise. I have some stuff going live today, so hopefully, thank you, editing Daisha, is getting that put up. So I did send out an email marketing campaign. I use Kit. I think Kit is free while you're under 1,000 subscribers, I think. So basically, it's just an email marketing service where you can like type out what you want to put and send. I'm not sponsored. Um, so that's nice because I didn't realize you can't just send people from your personal email. Like you have to have a way for them to like unsubscribe. And it's also very non-effective. Trying to keep up with that with yourself. And I actually made my freebie, which is an annotation guide teaching people how to annotate through Kit. And I made a landing page for them to put in their email, and then they get the link directly from that. So I don't have to do anything. So that's how I've been catching emails. So I sent out a campaign with them, just talking about just some bookish life updates. And then also I gave them an exclusive discount code. I might go ahead and share that with my Instagram followers too, because it's not that serious. All I did, I think I did 20% off of the collection I just dropped, and then also on my fall collection, because some of them, even though Halloween is over, some of the collection is just autonomous in general. I cannot talk. Some of the collection is just autonomous in general, so I think that those could still sell. Um, but I made a real showing the beginning to ending process, so like me drawing, printing, cutting, and then I just took some videos of like the finished product. And I did that for, I have footage for both collections, so I'm going to post those separately, I think. And then also going to do like carousels, like showing like the behind the scenes of like what's in the collection. And then I have some other marketing things I do. I keep talking with my hands. I'm a big hand talker. Also, I use Pinterest. I'll try to show you this as well, but I have scheduled pins to be posted every day until like November 16th. Again, today's the 2nd. So just kind of getting that ready. I got some orders yesterday, if they were not for the collection. So I'm hoping it to gain some traction, but I'm going to get started on those. I'm going to stop yapping. I hope you've enjoyed this journey of coming along with me from beginning to end, like the creative process and seeing me work behind the scenes. Hopefully this winter collection goes well, because it's going to dictate kind of how I go forward in the future. And thank you for being here and watching and subscribing and liking. It truly means a lot to me. Like I've enjoyed this journey so much, and I appreciate you being a part of it. All right, bye guys.